Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining today. I'm going to do my review on the Anta Roadhog 3. It's a shoe from Anta, which I ordered these the same time I ordered the Anta Zone 2 in 80. This one is touted as a more natural lower drop shoe. It comes in what they say is a 2E width in the toe box. On their website, it talks about 22 in the forefoot, 28 in the heel for a 6mm drop. My measurements, I think they're not counting the outsole or something, because I'm getting 31 in the heel, 25 in the forefoot, but it's still right up my alley there. Sometimes when you get down in the lower 20s, I don't feel like I have enough protection for my back where I have arthritis now, but these seem to do a really good job. I actually ordered these from Shop Ning's, which is a Chinese-based company. They do send authentic products. It's the same order where I got the N80s, the Zone 2 N80s, and I got these. I actually ordered these they sell a 3V version. V is in Victor. That has a Vibram outsole. And I actually ordered a pair with the 3V, but they sent me the ones without the Vibram outsole. I had some conversations with them back and forth, never could get them to understand to send me new ones. And I didn't want to just totally return these because they are nice shoes, they fit me well. And I'm actually very impressed by the outsole that came on them anyway. It's a thicker rubber outsole. And I tell you, I've got 60 miles on these, and they are showing nowhere at all. Even the little bitty bumps in on the heel where I normally wear things down, they're still there and in the Anta symbol. Anyway, so I'm actually really impressed with the outsole. I'm enjoying the shoes. Anyway, the upper is nice and breathable. You can see the laces are probably a little bit asymmetrical. They're a little offset, but it does a really good job in that you don't get I haven't had any trouble with lace bite, but I actually think it's a very thin tongue, so I think part of the reason I'm not having lace bite is maybe because of that asymmetrical lace. The tongue is gusseted in there well. It doesn't move a lot. It's not real tight to where it's pulling down on your foot, but it does keep it in place well. It is very thin. If I had one complaint about the shoes, I think the upper breathes really well. The tongue actually up to the top breathes well. But in the top section, this almost feels like a felty material on top. And that's the one thing I think it gets a little warm just right on the top of the foot. And when I sweat a lot, I have soaked it, and it takes a good day or more to dry out. So just that top of the tongue, I'm not sure I like the very top of the tongue, but it's comfortable otherwise, feels good. It's a medium padded tongue, maybe a little thick padded. It's actually got little balloons here which sometimes bother me, but these are just on the side and they don't at all. So it's a very cushioned ride. It's got some structure to the heel collar, which helps me lock in, I think, really well. Anyway, I have had no problem locking in with these. As far as sizing goes, I normally wear a men's size 11.5. They didn't have 11.5s, and I had read that Anta tends to run a little long. I ordered 11s, and I'm quite satisfied with them. I still have plenty of room for my toes, lengthwise, and they feel really good. As far as the 2E width in the toe box, it is really true. I think it feels really good. As a person who usually wears topos and ultras, I really do appreciate the wide width. It gives room for my toes to move around. So I'm really enjoying that as well. The cushion, they just call it a nitro infused foam. They say it gives up to 81.7% energy return or something like that. I'm actually guessing that it is the same foam as in the Anta Zone 2 N80. So I do think it's a beaded PIBA. That's what I'm guessing. And that's what it feels like. It's a fairly firm ride, but not uncomfortable. You still can definitely feel the cushion. I'm definitely feeling protected enough, even though I'm at a lower stack height here, 31 and 25. But I like the 25 actually makes me feel like I have some proprioception, some ground feel, which is good as well. Like I said, I love the outsole, even though it's not the Vibram that I had thought I'd ordered, but it is really holding up real well. I do think that adds a little bit of weight to it. The outsole being such a thick rubber, I'm getting in my men's size 11, 10.4 ounces, or 292 grams. So it's not a feather light shoe. I would still say for a daily trainer, it's not bad. If you went down to a men's size 9, it's probably around 8.5 ounces. No, probably 9.5 ounces. So reasonably middle of the road, maybe a little bit light, but not bad for a daily trainer, but definitely not a featherweight type race or up-tempo shoe. I've been using these primarily for running. I've been doing mostly shorter distances. I have used it for a couple of my Thursday night unofficial 5Ks, and they feel really good. You will see that I'm hitting my foot on it. I have torn up the midsole just a little bit way up here. I'm tall. I've done the same thing with my Anta Zone 2 N80, so it's apparently just something I'm doing with my foot strike. But so far, I'm really enjoying the shoes. I think they've been very good. As far as shoes I would compare them to, the most obvious one is probably the other Anta, the Zone 2 N80, because I think they have the same foam. I'm actually thinking that the outsole rubber in the Roadhog is more durable. Seems to be lasting a lot longer. I think the Zone 2 N80 is going to be fine, but I am seeing just a little bit of wear, and I'm seeing no wear in the Roadhog. So it adds a little extra weight, I think, putting on that outsole, but it's really lasting well. As far as breathability, I think they're very similar. The Roadhog, my men's size 11 that I bought them in, is coming in at 73 grams. Or I think it's 9.5, or why isn't it going there? 9.6 ounces. So it is definitely a bit light, 0.8 of an ounce lighter than the Roadhog, but the Roadhog I think has the more durable outsole, and it's got the wider toe box, so I really do like it. Anyway, and another shoe I would compare it to, just because this has, I think I'm measuring it as a 25 millimeter stack height in the forefoot. As far as proprioception and feel, it's got some similarities to the Topo Magnifly 6, which is a 26 millimeter stack height. Now it's zero drop, but it's 26 all the way across. It also has a really wide toe box. As you can see, they're probably similar. It actually looks like the Roadhog's wider, but it's partly just because it goes out further on the midsole. Sticks out, whereas not quite so much on the Topo. But anyway, they both give a similar level of proprioception. They both are fairly responsive, but I probably give the responsive edge to the Roadhog just because of that PIBA midsole. But anyway, those are a couple I would compare to. I would also probably maybe compare this shoe to my Ultra Experience Flow 3s because they also have the wide toe box. Now they're 32 in the heel, so one more in the heel, and 28 in the forefoot. They're 4 millimeter drop as opposed to the 6, and you get a little bit more protection in the forefoot. But again, even though those have the P35 foam, which is nice and bouncy, I would still say that these are a little bouncier. I would also say these are a bit firmer though. Anyway, so it's really just a preference thing, but those are some I might compare it to. Anyway, those are my initial thoughts on the Anta Roadhog version 3. I paid about, well, they paid $89 because that's what the version with the Vibram outsole was supposed to cost. They sell the regular version like what I ended up with for $79, so I paid $10 extra. But anyway, good shoe, really enjoying it, and that's my initial review. Anyway, if you like the video, please consider hitting the thumbs up, the like button. If you're interested in any more of my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. And other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day. And keep moving!